Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. So, now it's time to say a few words. A few words about practice, about maybe meeting Sunim, Sunim. So it was 1978, and I was living in Krakow, very old town of Poland, previous capital of Poland. So it was like almost 500 years of this city being capital of Poland. Many events happened there. And one of it was in 1978. I was living at that time a little bit disappointed by society, because actually in Poland it was communist time. And I was disappointed about this, all this hypocrisy which surrounded. And I've been a little bit lost in my life at that time, living in some kind of hippie community. By the way, one of the members is now a Zen master. So, and I heard about Zen master coming to Krakow. It happened to be the Sunim. So I decided, why not? Let's go see what he has to say. It was in the center of the city, small Methodist chapel, but many people came. And on the altar, they made like high rostrum. There was sitting one monk, very straight, meditating. That was Sunim. And next to him sat Jakub Per, later Bong Zen master. At that time, Dharma teacher. So he made an introductory talk. And he was talking about Zen circle. You know Zen circle. 0 degree, small I. Small I. That means here is me, and the world is outside, separate. Then there is 45 degree. No, 90 degree. 90 degree is karma eye. What is karma eye? Well, you see you're thinking, and you see how it tries to guide you, go this way, go this way. But if you correct practicing meditation, you don't follow. You just go straight, don't know. But, and then, if you really practice hard and sincere, you can reach the point of 180. 180, that is no I, no word. Some say be still and know that I am God. Or, if coming and going disappear, This stillness is bliss. And this bliss is something you don't want to go out of it. And that's also a mistake, because that's thinking. You cannot try to hold anything. You just have to accept what's given. So, that's not the ultimate goal. That's a wonderful situation, you know, when nothing is bothering you. Everything is bright. And great bliss. But you have to go further. More than know. And then they say 270 is like some magic. Maybe. I don't know nothing about it. But at some time, I realized that what I'm thinking, it comes to me. So here you have to be very careful. Also don't know, more don't know. And finally, you come to 360. 360 is the same as 0, so what's the difference? Well, they say it is like not for me. Situation not for me. So at one time, the Master Seung-Sahn came to Poland. It was a few years later, like 1981 or 1982. And he was making some kind of special practice, like in his room shouting very loudly, "Wah!" And during Dharma talk, I asked him, "Sir, you are shouting in your room. Why do you do that?" And then he said, look at me and said, "For you!" And then I get scared. So strong. So, this is in mind. But during this meeting, after Wubong stopped talking, there was the Sperian questions and answers to the Master Seung-Sahn. And somebody asked her, what is the purpose of Zen practicing? What's the main point of doing this? And he said, what's past? Already gone. What's future? Not yet come. What is real? The moment. And when he said that, I just realized that years before, I used to walk very often, very long walk, like 40 kilometers. And at that time, I realized that what's real is this moment. It's like, I would say, a sharp edge of a knife. It's the very tip of it. So actually this was the something that convinced me to try this practice, to try this, achieve this moment. Later on, Sunim said, what is in pain? Is pain the same as suffering? Or is it something else? Or is suffering just made by us to avoid suffering? Thinking about what would be wonderful not to have pain. So, what he pointed at was like, if you just perceive pain, this pain changes into bliss. So, 360 degrees, one side, 0 degrees, the other one. At one point you can suffer, oh, where is my love? I weep out of suffering. On the other you'll say, oh, my love is like a red, red rose. Thank you very much.
I love that poetry. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, well now we can have a little bit question, because I think 40 minutes not enough. Yeah.
14 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
15, yeah.
So maybe somebody have question. Sergey, ask.
Yeah, please tell about this Lord's Zen Center.
What?
About your Zen Center.
Oh, that was, at one point I have to return from Krakow to my, to my hometown, which is Łódź, is in the center of the, of the country, and this city is a little bit interesting. Because actually it was made by Jews and Germans. Polish people were only workers, many factories over there, like woven industry, right? Woven industry. Textile industry, and in the 19th century they developed. So from this small village-like city, actually it received the city's right in some 15th century, so 500 years ago, but didn't develop so well. So it was still like a village in the woods. And actually it's very, very interesting because it's a little bit on a hill, not very high. And I think 15 or 17 rivers have the spring in this area. And and developed very quickly, and very interesting structure of the city, because all streets are parallel.
German style.
No, American style. American style only.
New York.
Yeah. So when this David Lynch was in the city, he loved it because it reminded him of American cities. Nevertheless, it was like 1980, and finally we decided to do some Young Junjin, and it's 3-day sitting. And many people came from all over the country, like 30 people, very small apartments, so we were sitting very close to each other, sleeping also very tight. And that was the beginning. And then living in there was just from place to place, wherever I stayed. I always made some space for Dharma room and trying to hold every month Junjin. And I also had some family life later on, so I was not very active in there. And after it was a matter of past life, I came back and I saw that the altar is weaving, like not standing very strong, not so many people coming. And actually at the time we moved the place, changed the place. And I came here, made some pictures, then I tried to build it again. And on Facebook I think you can find how it's done.
You make altar?
It was made a long time ago, like in '80s, mid-'80s, and I ordered it. Yeah, it's a bit not regular style.
Still have now?
Yeah.
Because the Sunim, he saw this altar, very exciting, because you make everything with your hands.
Yeah, some sculpture. In Lithuania, when I was in Lithuania in 2011, and there was this place, this Sufi place.
Vepre.
How is it? Vepre?
Yeah, Sufi.
Yeah, and there was old oak tree, and one branch was like curved in a way that it made perfect shape of two dragons fighting for the jewel. And actually I was like, I took this branch with me, and 1 year I was hesitating what to do, how to make it. And then 1 week and it's done. So it was like interesting experience.
And you make sticks, Zen sticks to somebody, every Zen masters maybe here.
Yeah, in 2008 I was sitting Kyoto in Warsaw Zen Center, and I had some space in the garage, so I was walking in the woods during free time and find some very interesting sticks. This juniper, Polish juniper style, very interesting shape. So I made many, and each, when there was actually this one-word single flower conference, many teachers come, so each one get one.
How many?
I don't remember.
10 something?
More.
More? Everybody likes the sticks. Okay, who has more questions? Chris, you have question? You have question?
Question? I don't know.
What is meaning enlightenment? This is Nino like this kind of question. me in memory.
Good question from me.
Yeah. What is meaning enlightenment?
You tell me.
I ask you.
Already understand.
Yes, but I ask you.
Nice to meet you.
Only this?
One more?
Yeah. This is not Congo. Okay. And you have interviewed with Sung Sanzar Master. What you first interview Sung Sanzar Master? 1v1. What you have experienced?
That I am dumb and I have to practice more.
This kind of.
Yeah.
But you feel he have some energy.
Oh, everybody. Yeah. First time I was in this meeting with him, I think I felt that energy. So. Very strong.
And how many times you listen he shouting in his room?
Oh, many times a night.
Night time.
Night time, yeah.
So now you understand why he shouted?
There was some explaining that when he was flying in the plane, he felt something is some danger to the world, and he just on the plane he just started to express this energy, and there was some very interesting situation, I suppose.
Yeah, I know the story. I know this.
So yeah, he was like very intense person to meet.
And after you very like this Kongan teaching, and first you student is Sunim, you teach him like interview.
No, I didn't. No,
Never?
that's not true.
Sunim come with you and you make he become disciple Panam school because he told me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice to hear.
But you don't remember.
I don't remember.
And where do you think now, where is Sun Sanza Master now?
Where do you understand?
I ask you now.
He's right here.
How? How you believe this? Approve.
I see you smiling.
Yeah, I won't believe this. Okay. Maybe enough today. Thank you.